Minimalism consists of hundreds of principles and rules that each have the capability to completely alter the way you live your life. Each and every single one of them can be something to live by, and for many, they are. Now, I've followed many of these principles over the past few years, and I want to share the 3 that have had the biggest impact in the way I go about my daily life. But before we get started, if you're new here, I'm Ryan. I'm a software engineer based in Boston, and on this channel, we explore how to live more optimized, happier, and healthier lives. Now, I may not be what many consider a minimalist in the traditional sense, in the fact that I do own a good number of possessions. But I do consider myself a minimalist in the fact that I follow many principles of minimalism in my day-to-day life, each of which help me live more intentionally, more organized, and less cluttered. In the past, I would always prepare for everything. I would buy these shirts that I would need for this tropical vacation one day. I would buy this productivity stopwatch that I would maybe use one day to be more effective. And I would always keep spare nails and screws laying around just in case I needed them to fix something. But then one day never came, and these items would just be left sitting in my closet, collecting dust and wasting space. But when I started following this principle, I got rid of all this stuff so someone that actually needs it or wants it could use it. And that's where principle 1 comes in: let go of the just in case. You may not realize it until you start following this principle, but I would bet that 50% or more of your possessions are just in case items. Maybe you'll use that photo frame one day. Maybe that extra USB-C cable will come in handy. No, that day will never come. And if it ever does, you can always just go to the store and get what you need right then and there. By keeping all these just in case items in your life, you have way more possessions than you will ever need. And you're always preparing for situations that will probably never arise in the first place. You're basically just cluttering up your life for no reason. And many people don't recognize that there is actually a cost to storage. Keeping all this clutter, keeping all this stuff in your life is costing you a lot in terms of mental space and mental energy. So principle 1 is about reducing unnecessary clutter to free up mental space and energy. If you're someone that uses social media, you know what it's like to go online and see all the people that are wealthier than you, more attractive than you, more successful than you, and question everything that you're doing wrong or become envious of these people for being better than you. That's where principle number 2 comes in and made a huge positive impact on my life, and that is comparison is the killer of happiness. Yes, you can always go online and find people that are better than you, or find possessions that are nicer than the ones that you have. But the secret is that no matter how successful you get or how good your possessions are, humans are programmed to never be satisfied and always be craving the next best thing. That guy with the $1 million apartment and the Lambo is not happier than you because he has those things. So the best thing we can do for ourselves and for our happiness is to just be satisfied with what we do have and stop comparing our lives and our items to everything else out there. Happiness comes from the satisfaction of what we have rather than getting the next best thing or the next thing we want. And if you struggle to get out of the mindset of comparison, then get rid of triggers. If every time you go on social media you come off feeling unsatisfied with your life, delete social media. If scrolling on the IKEA website makes you unsatisfied with how your bedroom looks and unhappy, then stop going on the IKEA website. Figure out what are some triggers for you and eliminate them from your life completely if you can. Okay, now let's talk about principle number 3. Many people think that minimalism is just about owning less and reducing possessions. And while this may be a small part of it, people don't think about the fact that being a minimalist also applies to how we go about living our day-to-day lives. In other words, it's not just about reducing material possessions, it's also about reducing excess activities and projects in our daily lives. You can try to run your own Shopify store, launch your own clothing brand, become a YouTuber, write a book, and start 3 companies all at the same time. Or you can focus on the thing that's actually important to you and put all your time and energy into that. And that is where principle number 3 comes in: do less, but better. Instead of spreading yourself thin with projects and activities that aren't providing value to your life, focus on the few things in your life that actually matter to you and do a much better job with those. This is a trap that I always find myself falling into. There's always low-hanging fruit everywhere. Things that are the easy path to success or wealth. But that's never the case. True success comes from putting your hard work and effort into something for a long time. Took a long walk with my girlfriend and me complaining about all the opportunities on my plate that I was trying to juggle at the same time, where she asked, "Why are you doing all of this? Why don't you just focus on the things that you actually enjoy doing?" For me to realize this and make a change in my life. So do less and do the things you do better. Those are the 3 minimalism principles that have genuinely changed the way I live. Let go of the just in case. Comparison is the killer of happiness. And do less, but better. Try applying even one of these to your life. I promise you that you'll feel a difference. If you found this video helpful, I also made a video about my entire experience with minimalism and what I found to be the best minimalist rule that completely changed my life. You can click here to check that out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.